Well, Chris, another big weekend in sport for the team at Chris Waller Racing. 3 winners at Randwick. Not as eventful at Warwick Farm yesterday, but all in all a good week for the team.
I only remember the good days, Liam. But yesterday was there were some nice horses there. They'll fire up over the next few weeks. And last Saturday was a good day. 3 winners at Randwick headquarters, as they call it, with the new stands. It's a pleasure to train winners there, that's for sure.
I prefer the headquarters at Rosehill myself. Big day in the Chairman's Club for yours truly.
Saw you up there.
How was it down on the ground?
Pies were alright. I had to pinch one out of the jockey's room, but they were alright.
A cold and blustery morning out here at Rosehill this morning. Obviously, remind you a lot of your mother country, New Zealand.
Haven't been to New Zealand for a long time, Liam, but they're playing the Bledisloe Cup on Saturday night. They might give you Aussies a little touch-up.
Oh, you Aussies now. Claim yourself as an Aussie. You live here, and now you want to call yourself an All Black.
For a little from time to time.
Righto, let's get into Rosehill Saturday. Big team of runners. Kick off with the first event. Champagne Cath, unlucky first up, and I think Glenn Schofield's still coughing after you give him a smack over the back of the head.
Just race experience, I think. It was only a second race start and missed a start and was on the back foot from that point on. Saturday was never an intention to run, but it is now because I think it's a race that suits her. Obviously stepping up to 1400, but it's all about race experience for horses, and that's the problem when you miss a few starts early on in a horse's campaign or life. They're always up against the good horses who have that race experience against them. So with her, we just want to get some mileage at the races and see where that takes us. Maybe a race like the Flight Stakes could be more realistic than a Golden Rose at this stage.
She's drawn a touch awkwardly. Where does she get to in the race? Obviously she missed the start the other day, but was revved up to go forward.
We'll just let her tell us where she wants to be rather than driving her mad. She's a speed horse, so you've got to be a bit careful. We're not going to make her charge up and over race, stepping up to the 1400, so just play it by ear.
Race 2, the Spring Preview Open Handicap over the 1400 metres. Field of 9, plenty of stayers resuming. The first of those, Informed Cope AT.
It ran a terrific race last start to win, and aided by a gun ride by Jason Collett, who incidentally is not on the horse this week. The only reason for that is we're just trying to get the best use of what riders are available, and Ruwilla was available, so we've got him on Cope AT because he could only ride the higher weighted horses, and therefore Jason gracefully has hopped on one of the lower weighted horses who is Studio and has a good chance fresh.
The next of those, Elo, freshened up for the 1400 metre trip.
Yeah, he's been running good races. We've seen him run well fresh in the past, and I think he can run well fresh. He's the type of horse that likes to be ridden quiet, which is what we'll do, and see if he can attack the line from there.
Lunier for the team at OTI, drawn well, a couple of quite soft trials.
Yeah, he's trialled well. Might be a little smoky this one on Saturday, Liam, for you punters. But a bit short for him. He likes a good track, and every time he's been on a good track in Sydney, he's ran extremely well. So he should get that on Saturday. It's been a dry back end of the winter, and fortunately the Rosehill track has got good grass cover, so it won't be too hard, but it'll be a good firm surface and suit a horse like Lunier.
I'm Imposing, hasn't raced since 2001. Trial well enough, drawn a little bit awkwardly.
Yeah, we're just learning with him. It's his first race start for us, and as you say, a long break. It's all about just gradually getting him back to race fitness. So, look, he'll run okay, but we'll certainly get a lot of fitness into him in Saturday's race.
And you've already touched on Studio, obviously Jason Collett aboard there. I'd certainly love to go to war with you, win a race, and you put me on another horse.
Well, if you're not part of a team, I don't think you're part of our system.
No, we're all a part of your team. You're just captain, coach and selector. No one gets a say.
Well, someone's got to make the decisions, and it's not an easy decision, but Jason will get a lot of rides through accepting it gracefully. Simple as that. Look, this horse is, I think he's a stayer, but he's run some good races fresh and over shorter distances, and I think Saturday will tell us a bit about this horse, and he's a great chance.
Race 3 for the fillies and mares over the 1800 metre distance. 3 runners. First of those, the top weight Titbit.
She's done a good job this prep. Only won the one Saturday race, but winning some good prize money all the same. We're claiming 3 kilos. She's drawn very well in barrier 2, and that's the type of horse that she needs to be. Just get a nice smother and get out late.
Baranski returns from Melbourne, where she'd been running credibly at midweek company.
Yeah, just the wet tracks down there have been a hindrance, especially with her. So we've brought her back for a better track on Saturday. Needs to lift a little, but she's got ability on her day and normally comes right towards the end of her preparation. So she's well into that prep now, and hopefully she's ready to find some good form.
An Urban Rocker, I'd say she's out of form. Can she turn it around on Saturday?
It'll be hard, but I guess the only thing in her favour is a better track and also a bigger track. So look, she's been a bit disappointing this prep, to say the least, and we'll just see if she can fire up on Saturday, otherwise she might be heading back to New Zealand.
Race 4, benchmark 80 event over 1500 metres. Photon Willie, barrier 2, Glyn Schofield.
Yeah, 1500 for him is going to be a test. He doesn't do a lot to help himself, yet he's got all the ability in the world. So we've seen what he can do. First up this preparation, he ran an eye-catching race, and second up, forget that run. It was just a very slowly run race on a day you couldn't make up ground, and he's ready to run over 1500 now, and he'll have to settle properly. He can't do things wrong and get away with a Saturday win. So if he puts his mind on the job, he'll blow this field away, but it's a big if.
Okay, race 5, 1200 metre, benchmark 90, 3 runners for the stable. Catkins, the first of those. She was a dual acceptor, obviously in a listed race in Melbourne. You've elected to stay in Sydney?
Yeah, barrier 14 in Melbourne. I thought it was would have been a very tough run first up, so we've opted to stay in Sydney, claim 3 kilos. She's done a very good job. She's got a good winning strike rate and looks a nice starting point for her.
Geez, you sound keen. Altius, barrier 5, Nationality.
Yeah, he can win too. Bit short. Obviously the owners have got a great association with Nationality, and that's my main reason for running him in this race and not the 1400, where we've got a few other runners. So just trying to do the best to split them up, plus obviously get Nash aboard this horse.
Geez, sounds like we're looking after Nash this week. You've put him on a favourite in the 1400, and you've changed path with another horse to put him in a 1200 so he can get a ride.
He rode 4 winners.
What's doing?
He rode 4 winners last week. Trainers can only remember a week prior. Poor old Huey's probably got the lesser string ones this week, but things can change.
Yeah. No.
But the horse is going good, and he was quite keen in that first up run as well.
Val Rosso, impressive win last start. Jim Cassidy stays aboard. A lot to like about this fellow again.
Yeah, he can win too, Liam.
Mate, you've just tipped 3 winners in one race. Just give me one and move on. Come on.
Well, he's in form. He's got the fitness next to his name over the other 2. But this time of the year, you get that mix of horses coming back, good horses coming through the grades, and fit horses like him. So I guess with him, he needs speed on up front. If I had to single one out, I'd be saying Catkins has got a big future ahead of her. She's claiming 3 with a perfect draw.
We'll move on to race 7, the fillies and mares over the 1400 metres. 2 runners for the Ingham family. Hoybell with Jim Cassidy.
Touch disappointing in the autumn. I thought she could have been our Oaks type of horse. Things never really went right for her. She got a bit keen in some of those races and never finished them off. So she's a 4-year-old now, a bit more mature, and I think she's in for a good preparation.
And Fast and Sexy did a lot of work last start when caught 7 and 8 wide. She's probably peaked on a run at the 200. She looks a good chance on Saturday.
Okay, she won 2 starts prior to that at Randwick, which was a good return to form. And as you say, last start didn't have a lot of things go her way. She will also be nominated for Canterbury on Wednesday as a possible option.
And the last event on the card, the 1800 metre St John's Park Bowling Club handicap, was in the top weight.
St John's Park handicap.
Bowling Club. They tell me you like going to those sort of venues. Wasn't, sorry, not the top weight, but carries 61 kilos and gets the claim with Yusuke Ichikawa.
He's not going as well as I would like, and I don't think he looks anywhere near where he should look. So, but yeah, we've done a blood on him. The blood's fine. He's working okay, but just a typical example of those European horses that can take a bit of time adapting to the different seasons, and haven't quite got the key to him just yet this prep. So hopefully he can run better than what we think he will.
Can I give you a tip? You gelded him.
Yeah, well they were supposed to improve.
What's he got to look forward to?
Probably about as much as you and I. Just one day at a time, half a bed and 2 feeds a day keeps us going normally.
Marden, barrier 14 for Hugh Bowman. Looks like a good figure here.
I think he's a great chance, Liam.
Well, that's good, I do too. No, he raced well last Saturday over the mile.
He did.
With John Kissick aboard. The 1800 should obviously suit him.
It should.
Righto. Acapella on the 3-day backup. Didn't have a lot of luck yesterday at Warwick Farm. Drawn a touch awkwardly. But Brenton Avdulla looks alright, a little suitor.
Yeah, Brenton did a bit of hard work on her in the barriers, getting her back on track, and was suspended on Wednesday, and he's back on Saturday. Obviously backing horse up within 3 days is never ideal, let alone 7 days. But it's a matter of making the most of what races are available, and $85,000 prize money as well. She does a lot of things wrong. Over 1800 metres you can do things wrong and still win. So we'll make a decision on Saturday morning as to whether we run or whether we wait for another couple of weeks.
And the final runner on the card, Altered Boy, also on the backup, but his first 2 runs back this prep have been good enough.
Been good enough. Struggled at this distance in the past, but he's lost a bit of that dash that he used to have, and I think over 1800 he might have a chance to get it. And it's a good time of the year before the better horses come back. So sneaky chance in the last, Liam.
Anything else happening? Been doing any ads for Bob's or something?
No, nothing at all. Nothing I'll be getting paid for anyway.
Righto, good luck Saturday, Chris.
Thanks.